Uh, this is coming out in the same time as my week 6 Just Rants video, but I wanted to make a more diversify my pump outs, and this is gonna be uploaded in a totally different schedule. It's gonna be whenever I feel like it. But my weekly videos are still gonna be weekly. So basically, this series is gonna be called Just Movies. Um, it's just movies. Like I just got this idea because it's a shame that if I have to wait, I'm only making a video a week, and even then I have 15 minutes to talk about it, and so it's like I'm trying to learn my learn the skill of condensing information of 1 week to 15 minutes, but I'm not that good at that like right now, so I'll try to separate the content and make my weekly videos more about what happened that week and make sub series for sporadic more sporadic updates. So this one, just movies, is just movies. I'll talk about movies and my reviews on them. So yesterday I saw the Doctor Strange second movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, that's okay. First of all, bad title. Bad title. Madness is cringe. Multiverse, I guess. Doctor Strange in, just no, Doctor Strange 2. Or make a shorter title. Like make it consistent. You have Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange Multiverse in the Multiverse of Madness. That's a mouthful. Just just get it straight, Marvel. That's a stupid title. That's the worst part of the movie, honestly. Okay. And then so casting. I feel like casting was pretty good. Like I like the whole okay, spoilers. Um I like the whole element of Marvel movies trying to go through they're not superheroes because they save us from monsters. They're superheroes because their actions have bigger consequences than normal people and they have to fix it because it's their problem sort of trope that Marvel is going with recently with the Doctor Strange movie and before the Spider-Man movie. Um, I really like that trope. It kind of explores the superhero genre more in that it's not just Superman who can, go fly and shoot lasers out of his eyes and defeat the bad guy and get the girl sort of um superhero. That's not a superhero. It explores more of the mindset of a superhero. That we had the whole saga of Marvel movies where they explored the yeah, I should kill the bad guy and I'm the good guy kind of superhero films. But now it's more like the I'm human and I make mistakes. And so I made a mistake and now people are getting hurt. And so I should take responsibility type of film. And it's kind of, it's about more about self discovery rather than I killed the bad guy. And I like the whole concept of bringing Scarlet Witch. I forgot her name before. Wanda Maximoff. Um, as the villain antagonist of this film. It was very. I wasn't really expecting it to go them all out. I haven't seen the WandaVision series, Disney series. I haven't expected them to go all out on making Wanda the antagonist role. I thought they would sort of make it in the middle where Wanda becomes good again because she's a superhero and then saves the day. I was expecting that. I didn't want that, but I was expecting that. I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised that they were sort of faithful to that role until the very very end. And yeah, it sort of provided more, food for thought on like superheroes are amazing, but they're still human and they still have humanly desires. So what if someone with immense power caved into those desires. That's the whole reason why they're called superheroes. It's not because they have superpowers, it's because they have to contain their power and from the desires. That's what separates the superhero and the supervillain. It's not about the villains trying to take over the world away. So while they had a very, you know, relatable motive, I want to see my kids. But the execution was, immoral, as we would call it in these days. And it's not like I want to, you know, take over the whole entire multiverse. No, no. I could tell that no matter what everyone said, that what her real motive was, Wanda just wanted to see her kids, and that's a relatable motive. And but that's still a supervillain because you couldn't cave into your desires. And people bring up superheroes to have these amazing powers, and they're really good, but it's not always the case that their lives are always happy. Visually, and the use of CGI was, in my standards, amazing. They nailed the visuals. The outfits were amazing. The casting was pretty accurate. Love the theming. The colors are really pretty. CGI was really accurate. I love the way the Doctor Strange movies look like, and it's a kind of twist on like magic from like the Lord of the Rings magic and the Harry Potter magic. It's more like, let's see what we can do in the editing team sort of magic, and it's really fun to watch. I have a good time like seeing what they can always cook up in Marvel Studios in terms of CGI. They always That's the reason why I watch Marvel films, and it's really good today. In this film. Secondly, the music. I had a problem with the volume level between their voice lines and the music. You could hear both clearly, but it was kind of like the same level when there's not supposed to. So I wish they would either bring up the voice lines a tiny bit, or vice versa, bring it down, the music a bit down. But it's just me being an audio nerd. Most audiences wouldn't really pick up that. You could understand them clearly. I had subtitles. um Music was really good. It's kind of a shame that Doctor Strange doesn't have a that much of an iconic theme song to really overuse in these kind of things. But as someone who watched the original Doctor Strange movie about like 3 times, I know what Doctor Strange movie feels like, and they nailed it. I really liked the music in this. It wasn't 10 out of 10 music, but it was pretty good for a superhero movie. And yeah, overall, you could tell that there was a lot of money put into it, and but also a lot of care. Uh, uh, I think that's all I really have to say about it. I am excited for future um movies, superhero movies in the same kind of tone. Oh, speaking of tone, the sort of anxious horror tone, like of the entire movie with Scarlet Witch, sort of like chasing the main characters. I loved it. That horror film always makes me feel on edge. It's definitely a bit more edgier for than the typical Marvel fan that's like 12 or like 13. But as like a more mature 16-year-old, still not mature, I love that feeling. I've recently got into horror, and oh my god, that it was like so like adrenaline pumping and so like creepy. I loved it. I can't really explain it. It just had the atmosphere and the use of like high note pianos all the time to kind of bring that up, that psycho feeling. Amazing. Props to you. Um, the last scene with like the dead ghosts and Doctor Strange being able to harness ghosts. As a person who personally enjoys death themes in media, thumbs up. It's a bit more poorly executed. Like, it is bullshit, but that's a superhero movie. If Basically all my criticisms are kind of like amalgamated into ending part. It could have been, in my opinion, a bit better. America, why is she even named America? In my opinion, she speaks Spanish. Anyways, America was sort of like, it was kind of a tropey feel at the end. You had a good character going, and then like suddenly you realize you have the power and you can punch through dimensions. It was kind of bullshit. Um, Scarlet was sacrificing herself. That was a very raw scene, especially when she first met the children. It felt like it it was a good scene, and it was a perfect end to her saga. Both as a hero and a villain, kind of shows you what she'd been through, and even losing her brother in the first film she's been out, she wasn't a character that's gonna be easily stable. And that last scene kind of really emphasized the parents' love. Not everyone has love for their child, or not every child has love for their parents, but the movie kind of really emphasized in that tone, that familiar family love feeling. And I liked it. The other like weird part is they had like necessarily made America's parents both mothers. I'm not saying that's bad or like same sex marriage is bad. That's a whole nother topic going on right now. It's just it kind of felt like Marvel's kind of doing it on purpose to appeal to the LGBTQ community. But I'll look over it. It's for a good cause. Yeah. So everything I have in my criticism is basically to the end parts. Like it's kind of bullshit. I did like but like the four parts, especially like the attack on Taj Mahal. It's not the Taj Mahal. The attack on whatever that Nepal place was. It was that I love that scene about how she massacred. It really shows the power of Scarlet Witch. She wasn't joking around. They really went there, and how she destroyed the entire Illuminati. As a Marvel fan, and like a horror fan, and like someone who's kind of sick of the more tropey superhero movies, it was amazing. Everything like until like the last like part was like 99% really good. I like these whole story elements and like this like slight humor that Doctor Strange gave was it was amazing. Last scene was kind of meh. It went back to the tropiness I didn't like, but still a Marvel film. You've got to appeal to that kind of like audience. And lastly, freaking stop with romance. I'm sick of it. Like I'm not saying that I'm a romance hater. I love romance slice of life anime. But like why does every superhero need to get the girl? Why is there always their motivation love? I mean, it could have easily been like a friendship thing with Wong, or like just a sense of justice, or like for a loss, or like looking, you're trying to bring up this little kid named America, or even like just because of your friendship and partnership with the villain like Doctor Stephen Strange could have just been Doctor Strange for being the sake of Doctor Strange and for like many other motives, but why put in the romance element? They had a good thing going by making Christine marry another man. And that's good idea. But like, I why is every superhero, not every superhero, every single fictional character's mindset so fixed on romance? I hate that. If I ever write a story, and I'm gonna write a story, I'm not gonna do that. Just please, someone write something good that doesn't involve romance. Like, or like making a major thing. Like Christine's half the reason why Doctor Strange destroyed. Okay, never mind. That's my review in numbers because everyone likes that. I'll give it like a 95 out of 100. It was really good, except for like the big criticisms I've said. Um, if you're a Marvel fan, you should go definitely watch it. If you're not a Marvel fan, you should still watch it. It's still really good. And that's it.